Here is a Zorki 3 35mm film camera that we're going to look over. And I know there are lots of variations of these, so I wanted to just make sure that I show it from all angles and that we look at it for function a little bit. Now here's the serial number. It is number 5448176. 5448176. And we can look at the various features from here. This camera does function in most ways. I mean, here we are at 1/1000th of a second, and we saw that work. What I'm going to do is open it up here. This one has these knobs on the bottom, and then the back slides off like that. So let's cock that, and we can see this focal plane shutter. And it did work. If I set this now on 500th, again it worked. Set it on 250th. We saw that. Set it on 1/100th. Saw that. Set it on 50th. Okay. Now if we move this down to the 25:1, then we have to work with this little knob on the front here too. And what we need to do then is set that at 25 for 1/25th of a second. And that still worked okay. As we get down to these slower ones now, it starts to bog on some of these settings. Let's see. We go to 1/10th there. That still looked about right to me. I'm going to do that one more time. Okay. Just from my experience, that looks about right. Let's go to 1/5. Somewhere around here I think it starts to bog down. Well, that one completed the cycle anyway. Let's go. What is this? I'm not sure what this symbol is, and it doesn't look like a 4, so I don't know what that is. I don't know. It's like a little funny shaped arrow or something. And there, okay, there it kind of bogged. Yep. So, and if we were to go, let's set this even at half a second. That one actually sounded okay. About right. Let's try the full 1 second. Oh, I'm going to go this way with this. There's 1 second. There, that did not complete. There it did, but it's not real smooth. Seems as it gets exercised, it works a little bit better for a little while, but still that's not ideal. So the slow shutter speeds aren't perfect. The back does fit back on. We can turn these little knobs and fold them down once they're in place. Let's look at this lens a little bit here. We can take this off. I did verify that the rangefinder works well, and the focus does push against this cam here that works the rangefinder mirror inside. The lens itself, and it looks pretty good at here. The aperture looks good. I did notice when I shined some light through it that there were some specks, and then when I held it just right I could see some faint straight lines light up, so there must be some little scratches on the front element. I'm not seeing them in this type of lighting right now, but I saw what looked like they could be little scratches when it was backlit. And the rear element looks pretty good. The focus, you can see here, is pretty smooth. And the lens mounts, it's a screw mount. Have to get the thread just right to get it moving in. I think I'm supposed to set that back there. That's better. Okay, there the threads are engaged, and there we have it. There. The camera does also come with this Zorki 3 case, and the camera fits in it, but if you notice on the bottom here, this screw that's supposed to enter the tripod socket is in line with these marks here, and on this camera they are not in a single line. This is farther forward. So this screw does not engage with this camera. The case will still fold up nicely around the camera, and it's got the same Zorki 3 mark on the front, but clearly it's not exactly the right case for the camera because it does not mount to it. You could still use it like this, but I just want everybody to be aware that this is a different setup here. So that's a look at this Zorki 3 camera, the desirable camera, and hopefully a collector has now seen what he or she needs to see to know that this is something that is needed for a collection.